wish for. And it has like an actually really touching ending. So highly recommend that from your local comic book shop.
All right.
A little winded from talking about comic books.
Now you know how we feel.
I know. I went to go see 2 movies. The first one, Beau is Afraid, Ari Aster's 3rd movie after Midsommar and Hereditary.
This is the one where she caused a ruckus. The other critics don't know what to make of you.
Good. I don't want them to.
Keep them guessing.
Yeah.
Never let them know your next move.
Exactly.
It's while Midsommar and Hereditary were horror films, this Ari Aster had said he wanted his next movie to be a comedy, and Beau is Afraid is not necessarily a comedy. It's more of a satiric. I don't even know how to describe it. It's surreal and it's absurd.
You're running into the problem that the other critics had. They don't know how to describe this movie.
The thing,
no.
The thing about this movie, it's a story about a paranoid man who needs to travel home to his mother, and it's a movie that's really made up of separate episodes, and each one is weirder than the previous one.
Oh, I like that.
The thing about Beau is Afraid is it takes every anxiety you can think of or have ever had and puts it on screen and makes you live every nightmare you've ever had for 3 hours, okay?
It's 3 hours long?
That's literally my only anxiety is 3-hour movies.
I did not know that going in. And so there were moments where I'm like, I'm on board, but this could wrap up. You literally it's a movie about what I took away from it. It's a movie about physical manifestations of anxieties and how this man in particular handles his anxieties and the conception of these anxieties in his life all surround his mother. And so it's a very mommy issues heavy movie. And like I said, it's absurd and surreal. It is not for normies. It is for people who understand and let films be weird, okay?
Okay.
And sometimes it's okay to have a weird movie. One thing to know about Beau is Afraid, everybody hates it.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of conversation on Twitter about how this is a career-ending film for Ari Aster. We're not sure how A24 let him make this movie. And one tweet in particular said, "I better not hear anyone clap at the end of this movie." Movie ended. I have never in my life exerted more self-restraint. I wanted to clap and applaud so bad.
You should have. It would have been gold.
Because the end credits drop, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that was wild. I don't know what happened.
Maybe Ari Aster has a one for you, one for me clause in his contract with A24.
Like, honestly, I'm glad it's not like his other movies. I'm glad that Ari Aster was able to be like, okay, now let's do a silly one. I thought it was, the problem is I'm a simp for Ari Aster and I'm also a simp for Joaquin Phoenix. So this for me was just dessert. And I think I really liked it because I'm a former anxiety haver. And so I was able to like recognize all of these anxieties that I was seeing on the screen. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I had a blast. I got it. Maybe y'all just didn't get it.
Oh, yeah. No, you guys aren't smart enough to enjoy it like I did.
You and I think 5 other critics gave it a high rating.
Yeah. The other movie I saw, Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rise is just another entry into the Evil Dead franchise. And it is loyal to the brand, without being just a copycat of what's come before. Mm-hmm. So it takes the story away from a cabin, away from the woods, and moves it into the big city, and follows 2 sisters. One of the sisters is a single mom with 3 kids, and they're all living in this building that's scheduled to be condemned. And
because it's full of deadites.
Yeah. Well, an earthquake happens, and that kind of sets everything in motion. Nothing new. If you like Evil Dead movies, you kind of know what to expect, and it delivers on that, and it does a fantastic job. Like, it's not reinventing the wheel.
Was there an awful lot of blood? Because the director was bragging about how much blood he had in
The
this
director
movie.
was saying he wanted blood to be its own character, and it kind of rivals It Chapter 2 as far as blood use.
Oh, okay.
This movie made me walk away. I long to be in a horror movie and just covered head to toe in blood and goop. That's my dream.
We know people who can make that happen.
And this movie delivers on blood and goop. And
Did you see how many gallons of blood they used in this movie?
I did. I don't know the number off the top of my head.
Over 17,000 gallons, 1,700
Wow.
gallons of blood, fake blood.
Tony, coming with the
Can you look up how much blood was used in It Chapter 2?
Yeah, I got you. 1 sec.
Sure.
But yeah,
10 less.
if you like Evil Dead, this is an Evil Dead movie,
All
and
right.
it delivers on being an Evil Dead movie. Lots of Raimi cam.
Good.
Yeah. I don't know. It has the most incredible title card drop. From minute one, this movie goes, and
okay. No
it's-
messing around.
no messing around. Again, I gave this one a 4 out of 5 as well.
Right.
Supposedly, It Chapter 2 featured 4,500 gallons of fake blood. So 3 times the amount of
Wow.
Evil Dead Rise. It probably had a much larger budget, though, since it was the sequel to the very popular It 1. So
That's true. That's true.
That's so much fake blood. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's a lot. I long to be covered in it.
Anything else you consume, or is?
Ted Lasso this week was awesome.
Oh, I got to catch up.
Me
I
too.
cried.
Hour long.
I don't
Ted
cry at
Lasso.
anything, and I cried at this one. I was
okay.
bawling because it was just so sweet.
Who wants to go next? I guess Lee, because Tony's taking a drink.
Sorry.
Yeah, taking a break. He's a killer song now.
Yes.
Okay, so Ted Lasso, very good, very sentimental, and I was surprised at just how simple, gentle, earnest storytelling can have so much profanity in it and still be that, right?
Exactly,
So,
right.
and it's not sentimental, it's not schmaltzy, it's just very genuine and earnest, and that's brave. That's incredibly brave.